What's up, y'all? I'm imtnizz and welcome back to another video. So let me just tell you now, if you get sensitive to these type of topics, don't watch this video because I'm already knowing I'm finna upset some people with this video. This video is going to be about how I am a church dropout and what made me inspired to do this video. I saw a TikTok on my For You page and I've already answered this question before on Facebook. It was this post. I was like, I'm gonna pull it up. It was like, it's time to talk about why my age group has left the church. And then I put on top, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm gonna speak for myself, so I'm finna rant in the comments. So I'm finna give, like, it's basically a backstory on why I don't go to church anymore. And this is based off of a lot of personal experiences and my own opinions. I was put in, I love God, but not the one that gets taught in the church, which is facts. For me personally, I always felt judged and never enough when it came to Christianity just because my sexuality. Backstory. I came out when I was 13 years old. I'm 18 now, so 5 years ago. And I came out in middle school. So when I first had told my grandparents about me, you know, liking girls that want to dress more masculine, I live with my grandparents, mind you. We live in two different generations, mindset-wise. My parents are very traditional, old-fashioned. They're going to stick with their views regardless because that is how they were raised. That's how they were brought up. That's them. Me, I'm Gen Z. Like, I'm going to have my own opinion. I'm going to have my own thought process. I'm going to have my own beliefs because I am my own person. Basically, me coming out, I can't even say, like, my grandpa was on that, but my grandma, she was basically the main one saying how I needed to be delivered and how it wasn't God's way. It's a sin, this, that, and the third. To get deeper into this backstory, that type of thinking had put me in a state of fear ever since I was younger. Imagine being through the ages 7 through 13, being fearful of where you're going to go after you die, constantly living in a state of fear, constantly not wanting to be myself because I'm afraid of what's going to happen to me. Who wants to keep living like that? Who wants to be fearful of all the things that... Hold on. Who wants to be fearful for just being themselves? Do you think God really cares about somebody being gay? No, nobody gives a fuck. But y'all... Okay, the next thing I said, when me being gay doesn't define the relationship I have with God. Facts. The main thing that was being said to me was that I needed to be delivered and that I needed a better connection with God. No, y'all need a better connection with God because the connection I have with God, nobody knows but me and them. Period. The church Bible also teaches you, in my opinion, to live in a fearful state, which is facts. Like, growing up, I was one of them kids who was like, if you don't do this and that, you going to hell. Like, I was just one of them. Like, I remember, like, back memories of me saying some really ignorant stuff, like seeing the same-sex marriage on TV and me being, like, 7, 8 years old. I'd be like, I would just be so judgmental. Like, Christianity had taught me to judge people for being different. But when I ended up being more comfortable within myself, I've been different all along. Like, ever since I was that age, 7, 8, I've been dressing masculine, been liking girls, never was really into girly stuff, but I didn't really know what it was. I've been me my whole life. I'm telling you, been this way my whole life. But I really didn't come to terms with it until I got to middle school. So when I finally began to open myself and be more of myself, I got judged so bad by not only my own parents, but within my church community. Like, they would blatantly throw shots at me, I feel like. Especially when I got more into spirituality and start embodying some more stuff. Like, I would wear crystal jewelry. I'd be wearing crystal bracelets. I would go to Sunday school, right? I walked in right when they were talking about how crystals is bad and how it's witchcraft, blah, blah, blah. You know, all that anti-blackness. I also said, if you don't follow all these rules, all these commandments, then you go to hell. But people only make being gay the main sin of their priority when all sins are equal. That's facts. People will be so worried about you being gay than the own pedophiles and people that be touching on people in their own family. Like, be so for real. I feel like y'all priorities are so messed up. You're so worried about your son wanting to transition, but you're not worried about your freaking brother touching on anyways. But y'all already know what I'm trying to say. Like, especially in black communities, like, y'all be worried about the wrong stuff. Like, nobody cares. It's all about your morals, man. Like, be so for real. And I also said being spiritual is mentally free. I've had a closer connection with God than I had before. And I've been to church for 17 years of my life. Like, I've been to church for 17 years of my life. Going to Sunday school, going to both the services, going to Bible study. Literally growing up in this thing, but I could never be myself within the community. So now that I started like branching out and doing my own thing, I have a closer connection with God now. Like, I've been feeling more connected with God. Even when I have naysayers saying that, oh, you better be praying to the right person or I'm going down the wrong path, nobody knows that but me and who I pray to. And in my opinion, all religions talk about the same stuff anyway. Y'all just label it different. But we're not even going to get into that. That's another video for another day. I also put, and then they try to teach you that God and Jesus are white men. Now, be so for real. Be so for real. If you even look at it geographically on like a map and where these people were located, you really think that these people or spirits will be white people that they push so heavy in the media? No, the Bible is man-made, been changed, flipped, reversed, buttered, all of that. Like, y'all already know what agenda society is trying to push, and it's not ours. So, and then the other thing I put was that God will forever be within you. You just have to tap in. We are God's because we are created in God's image. Now, before y'all get on me with this one, why is it such a bad thing to believe that you're powerful? I'm not saying that you're as powerful as God. What I'm saying, though, is that you have powers like God. Like, you do. Where do you think, like, you got these powers from? I'm not saying that you're as powerful as God. I'm saying you get a lot of people get spiritual gifts from God. Christians want to be Christ-like. That's embodying Christ, accepting the powers that you get from God. So me saying that we're like God's is the same thing, basically, for those who want to connect the two together. Like, why I'm a church dropout? Because I never got to feel connected within myself while I was at church. I'm not bashing the people who are Christians or go to church, but for me personally, it was just, I did not enjoy being in a fearful state. I did not enjoy the environment. I didn't enjoy the old traditional views that were still being instilled. Like, when you teach a church, you have to keep evolving as like the times change. Man, it's just a lot of stuff that I could go on and on about. I'm just so glad that I now can freely believe and do what I want to do. Like, yeah, I'm so glad I can finally evolve and be myself. It's just a lot. Like, I should not be that young being so fearful, man. Why do you think religion was made? To keep people in fear. Simple. There's nothing really more to say after that. Research all this stuff yourself. Don't just like go off of what other people tell you. That's the key in life in general. You have to do the research yourself. You can't be a sheep. You can't just follow the leader. God, think big. But my moral of this story was basically just be yourself. Like, if you don't want to do something, you don't have to. Like, I had to take my freedom. I basically had to take my freedom because my parents were so angry at me and like so confused of why this, that, and the third. And they tried so hard to change who I was as a person. But you will never be able to change me. Moral of the story, just be yourself. Can't have freedom until you take it. I don't know. Like, yeah, bye. Oh, thank you for all 1,000 of y'all. I love all y'all. Thank you for subscribing to my video. I'm gonna be pushing more content out this week, and I love y'all. Talk to y'all later. All right, so back to what I was saying. If you get sensitive about these types of topics, please don't watch this video, because I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not even that serious, and this is from my point of view. This is my own opinions, beliefs. The people who resonate with what I say and who understand, cool. That's all we really care about.